we would like to ask the presenters to present in alphabetical order. Another reminder to our audience to remain clear of the cameras since the program is being live cast on YouTube. May I now please ask our first panelist, Professor Fakrul, who will be speaking on the sense of sound, to please.
Thank you very much. Right. What will Shamshad think of next? Teacher, scholar, critic, administrator, marketing genius, postmodernist. That's Shamshad for you. Wikipedia lists the 5 senses thus: taste, sight, touch, smell and hearing, and 6 senses of course. And they're all important, but it's sight that dominates the imagination. The world looks beautiful, as do young people, especially women, by the day as one grows older. Taste surely is next, and that must be why with all its cities from here, Shat Masjid Road looks to be the most important road of the world. Touch is of course highly rated. After all, who can overlook the sensation of being touched by the special one? Smell is what gets you in Dhaka too, good as well as bad ones, I hasten to add. And who can ignore beautiful fragrances anywhere, in flowers or people? I, for one, love colognes, perfumes and aftershaves, and would like everyone who can afford it to never go out without deodorants. But hearing always seems to be underrated, and the order in Wiki's list does no doubt reflects public opinion. But I must thank Shamshad for making me first here and letting me speak first. No doubt in Dhaka streets or even in Dhaka homes, at times hearing will strike one as the most overpowering and bothersome sense. Starting with home sounds, let me focus on snoring. I'm told by the one who should really know that yours truly snores on and on in sleep. My dad did so while watching TV and said he didn't, and so once we recorded his snoring. I have his genes and I guess Baba must be laughing at me from up above now. But what is terrifying for me is the prospect of sharing a room with someone other than my spouse, who after all can always take off her hearing aid when with me to sleep soundly. On a couple of occasions I had to share a room with someone else, and with one of them I really suffered because I went to sleep late and the other person started snoring immediately. On another occasion I shared a room with someone who's here, and it was a wonderful experience. Both of us went to sleep immediately and nobody complained. So we decided that it must be our spouses making this up. In Dhaka, as we all know, unwanted sounds will bother you a lot of the time. The call to prayer, for example, sounds so beautiful on TV. When you switch on and hear it wafting out of the grand central mosque of Makkah. But what if you're unlucky enough to live next door to places where they use multiple mics all the time and the callers are all out of tune? And what if you're unlucky enough to be living close to where would-be leaders give loud and obnoxious speeches? I live in the 9th floor of a building opposite British Council and sometimes get disturbed by student leaders trying to impress everyone miles away by praising their leaders and parties or shouting slogans in the middle of night. I'll confess I can't stand any noise when I'm studying. My students, some of whom are here, will know I hate people talking in class. Corridor noise in Dhaka is unbearable at times. And I can't even start talking about noise in Dhaka streets, loud people and crazy honking drivers, enough to make one go mad when in our streets. So often you wish you had earplugs with you. And yes, sound can be so cacophonous, sometimes you want to plug your ears permanently. But think of the beautiful sounds that we hear without which we couldn't survive. Think of sounds like the one Neil Diamond sings about in his wonderful song, What a Beautiful Noise, which you'll hear at the end of my presentation. Everyday sounds coming from the streets, street vendors, children playing in the streets, vehicles accelerating smoothly. Sounds can fill your ears reassuringly. And if you don't hear them, the world seems so empty. I, for one, will miss Dhaka University's filled corridors forever. And think of music, the sound of music. The moment I heard Vivaldi's Four Seasons decades ago, I fell in love with Western classical music. And the moment I heard Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and the Ode to Joy in its last movement, I thought, delusively no doubt, heaven was on earth. And I have to say, I can't imagine my day going well without hearing Rabindranath Sangeet at one point or the other. For sure, hearing music is something I treasure and will never be able to slight. As the bard once put it, music is the food of love, and to me, one of the best ways to love life itself. Think now of the beautiful sound great writers create and celebrate. Recall the opening stanza of Lawrence's lovely poem about his mother playing the piano and singing, "Softly in the dusk, a woman is singing to me, taking me down the vista of years till I see a child sitting under the piano in the boom of the tingling strings and pressing the small boy's feet of her mother, who smiles as she sings." And think then of the tragic implications of not even hearing your mother sing when you read Shamsur Rahman's brilliant poem, "Kokhno Amar Make Gaan Gaite Shunini," which always reminds me of my mother, because I never heard her singing either. Reflect too on Milton's divine harmonies, and think of the other blind giant of literature in English, Joyce, and his brilliant chapter on Daedalus walking in the Proteus chapter of Ulysses. Stephen, and I'm quoting, closed his eyes to hear his boots crush, crackling, crack and shells. You're walking through it howsoever. I am astride at a time. A very short space of time, through very short times of space. 5, 6, the Nakinanda. I hope I've got that right. Exactly. And that is the ineluctable modality of the audible. I could go on. This is a brilliant chapter of sound, but I don't run out of time. Recall Keats's autumnal music, implosive fill lines such as "While barred clouds bloom the soft dying day," or Leonard Dash's equally spellbinding sibilant shushed line in Bonal Dashen, "Shishire Shobder Moto Shundashe," or Dylan Thomas's sonorous admonitions to us all in "Do Not Go Gentle into the Good Night." The sound of music and the sounds of great poetry. How can anyone exclude hearing from your list of important things to appreciate when in English departments? But when we think of sound, we must also try to tune it to its binary, silence. For the two are forever locked in Saussurean opposition. One can't talk about sound without talking of silence. The sound of silence, as the Simon and Garfunkel song so beautifully phrases it, must therefore conclude my presentation. There might be people like Graciano around who bark, "Silence is commendable in unique tongue tried, and a maid not vendable," but they have no place for those with sensitivity and preternatural apprehensions. Also, if you come across someone really talkative or a loudmouth like Graciano, remember Paciano's comment on his friend, "Graciano speaks a great deal of nothing." And remember too that silence is proverbially golden. And know that we must all learn to hear silence as well as sounds. Think thus of Harold Pinter's use of silence in his plays, so menacing, so pregnant with meaning about human communication, or lack of it. I, for one, am forever amazed by postmodern composers like John Cage and Steve Reich and the way they punctuate their music with silence. But my sixth sense is saying my time is up. And so I'll end with that classic quote from the bard, "The rest is silence," and ask the organizers to play Neil Diamond's song to remind you a final time that we must value and learn to admire hearing, appreciate heard melodies, and even unheard ones in Dhaka or elsewhere. Thank you.